There is something deep in the idea of our higher self. Believing in something we have never personally experienced may seem strange or even impossible. But let's look at this a bit more. What if there were ways your higher self could send you messages? Think of all the avenues of inquiry that may be opened up by investigating this idea. Imagine that your higher self is a silent companion who is always just out of reach. It waits patiently for us to recognize it as we make our way through the intricacies of life. Our deepest yearnings are its silent companions, leading us to insights beyond what our five senses can see. Think about the ways in which our bodily, spiritual, and emotional lives are all intertwined. These three factors are inextricably intertwined and mutually influential. Even if we try to deny it, this oneness is always there, influencing our experiences. But what does our soul want for us to do? I think it wants us to pay attention to the world around us. It's an attempt to get us to pay attention to the energy all around us. Because without it, we have no way of knowing what is good for or bad for our own personal energy. We've gathered here today to explore the depths of our spiritual selves, our higher selves. We'll figure out the code your higher self employs to gain your attention and decipher it together. Let's begin with the most obvious clue, that we're in the realm of dreams for real. These imaginings do not just happen when you sleep. They provide a direct line of contact with beings at a higher plane. Dreams are the medium through which the higher dimension sends us signs, messages, and sometimes warnings. So use your dreams as a link between your lower and higher selves. In this context, you could experience things that defy categorization as either present or future. Your higher self is attempting to communicate with you through these dreams. When your dreams mirror actual occurrences, for instance, you can take it as a sign from your soul that it's time to give your interests some attention and go on with your life. Let's go on to the next symbol now. It's a subtle but significant clue that may have escaped attention until now. It's the experience of recognizing oneself in the experiences of other people. Have you ever been having a conversation with someone and realized that you and they seem to be on the same page, both verbally and non-verbally? Picture a conversation between two pals in which one of them keeps repeating the other's comments. It's as though they're all operating from the same mental space. This, my dear friend, is the very definition of mirroring and the evidence of a two-way conversation with your higher self. The need to find periods of quiet in order to properly receive and analyze these messages from your higher self is especially important if you encounter this phenomena frequently when conversing with other people. During these times of reflection, you may strengthen your bond with your inner self and tune in to the guidance of your soul. The third omen is intuition, which is something we all possess. Intuition is a priceless compass, a lighthouse of truth that guides you through life. Its capacity to forewarn of impending disaster is one of its most impressive features. Take an ordinary situation as an example. The morning rush hour has you waiting on the metro on your way to work. You may either take your regular route to the workplace, which takes longer, or you can take another route that seems quicker on the map but is unfamiliar to you. You pause for a second while you weigh your options. The first inklings of unease and intuition appear at that very instant. Your gut is telling you that taking the unfamiliar path is the smart one. You follow your intuition and go in a new direction, one you would never have considered before. You're on your regular commute to the workplace when you hear of an unforeseen occurrence along your path. The route is closed due to an accident, therefore drivers may expect long delays. Because your gut told you to choose this path, you didn't have a rocky start to the day and were able to get right to work. This is a straightforward illustration of how our gut instincts may steer you toward beneficial choices. It's like having a light shining from within, showing you the way to success and helping you avoid pitfalls. Intuition acts as a messenger informing us of future events or circumstances that may or may not happen. It may help in dealing with problems from the past or settling current disagreements. However, keep in mind that even if your intuition takes you to a result that doesn't appear effective, it still gives vital insights and growth chances. One of the best decisions we can make on the path to self-awareness and spiritual development is to trust our gut instincts, because it is a reliable ally in our pursuit of wisdom and happiness. The fourth indication is an occurrence that at first may seem unsettling, but ultimately has profound spiritual importance. The unexpected entrance of new individuals into our life. It's as if the universe arranges for these folks to show up at just the right time to help us out. These aren't random people you'd run into. They have been sent to us for a reason. Their existence is embedded in the fabric of coincidental occurrences that shape our days. Instead of trying to ignore or escape them, think about how wonderfully they fit into the grand scheme of things. In its infinite wisdom, the universe recognizes times when you need help. When your soul is in tune with you, it can recognize the best allies for your development. Seeing how the cosmos arranges for these meetings only serves to reinforce our faith in the cosmic forces at work and the significance of our souls. The fifth symbol denotes the mental realm. Our minds aren't merely a collection of neurons firing away at random. They're also a line of communication between our higher selves and ourselves. How you see and react to the environment is formed by the thoughts that run through your head. It's our higher self guiding us in a constructive direction, telling us to see the good in things and to value the relationships we have. There is a profound energetic interplay between our ideas, feelings, and spiritual beliefs. Our ideas, in essence, constitute a line of communication between our rational mind and our higher self, which is tied to our spiritual essence yet transcends it. Meditation, self-awareness, and mindfulness are all ways to strengthen this bond and tune in to our own inner guidance as we pursue spiritual growth and our life's true calling. The ability to think critically on one's own life, activities, and experiences is a powerful tool. Our higher self consists of our most fundamental values, beliefs, and aspirations, all of which may be better understood via introspection. Sometimes our thoughts come to us as flashes of insight or intuition that defy rational explanation. These flashes of insight may represent directives from our higher selves, helping us make choices and take acts that advance us along our intended course. This practice helps us become keen observers of our inner mental processes. Therefore, we may reach our higher self by calming the mind and centering ourselves in the here and now. We may respect our higher self and further our spiritual development by acting on the creative and illuminating ideas that arise from inside us. When we develop the ability to pay close attention to our internal dialogue, we can tell the difference between the egoic mind's thoughts, worries, anxieties, and doubts, and the higher self's messages of intuition, guidance, and unconditional love. Being able to tune inside aids in making choices that feel more authentic to who we really are. The distancing from specific people in our lives is the next indicator. On our path to self-improvement and enlightenment, we may encounter persons who were once important to us, but who are now stumbling blocks. What's going on anyway, might I ask? Your higher self is the key to finding the answer. As you work on being a better person, you'll naturally start to attract more like-minded people into your life. A gradual separation from certain individuals is possible due to a magnetic pull towards optimism. Amazingly, this mutual separation need not be fraught with hostility or resentment, because some of them may be going through a similar metamorphosis. You will start to attract like-minded individuals, people who share your values and are invested in your development. However, it's crucial to remember that choosing to split up might be difficult. It has the potential to stir up tumultuous feelings inside oneself. Keep an open mind and have faith in your higher self's direction throughout these times. It will take you to a place of greater happiness and harmony. Our strong feelings are the sixth indicator. It's possible that your higher self is attempting to get your attention when you're frequently overcome by intense feelings. As you make an effort to be in touch with your higher self, you may experience a wide range of feelings. Your mind may experience these feelings as waves of intensity. Emotions may range from happiness to melancholy, and even border on depression at times. Your sentiments may immediately become more intense when you create a link between your higher self and your emotional state. It's crucial to see these intense feelings for what they really are, signs of a growing connection between your higher self and your emotional life. This leads us to the next indication, which is seeking refuge in one's own quarters. Have you felt a rising urge for solitude, as though you wanted to sort out your feelings? It may appear that you are withdrawing from previously enjoyable social contacts, yet this sudden want to be alone is actually a summons from your higher self. In its efforts to communicate with us, our higher self may be subtly pleading with us to spend more time alone. It's possible that at this time, you'll start to focus more on yourself and less on the world at large. While being alone might be unnerving at times, it also provides a rare chance to reflect on the deeper meaning of life. The more we welcome this isolation, the sooner we will feel a kinship with our higher self. Moving on, the regular practice of meditation is the penultimate indicator. Do you find yourself wanting more and more to sit in quiet reflection? By temporarily withdrawing from the worldly world and focusing on the spiritual self, meditation acts as a conduit between the two realms. It's possible that your higher self is attempting to speak to you through this desire. I mention this because I too have had a strong need to sit quietly in meditation. Feels like I need to put in more time at the gym. The need to slow down and focus on the here and now, as well as on my own unique essence, is hard to put into words, but comes from deep within me. Because it helps me relax and be in the now, I've recently increased my time spent meditating. When I've finished, I feel like a whole person. Eliminating emotional and mental clutter that isn't serving our spiritual development is another key benefit of regular meditation practice. It's a doorway to a better place where we may escape our troubles and find peace of mind. By making contact with these realms, you can increase your wisdom and your resilience in the face of adversity. Last but not least, we feel an incredible surge of motivation and excitement for our future. Are you experiencing any major shifts in your life at the moment? Your newfound connection to your higher self is responsible for these life-altering shifts. Our capacity for innovation, persistence toward objectives, and dedication to growth all increase in tandem with the strength of this bond. This deeper bond encourages us to have an open mind and be brave in the face of adversity. Starting a business, constructing a home, engaging into new relationships, or taking other similarly daring entrepreneurial risks are all examples of expanding one's horizons. Isn't that interesting? The realization of one's higher self may set in motion a sea change, opening up new horizons and reviving one's zest for life and the world around them. These are but a few indications that our higher selves are trying to get our attention. Since this is such a rich and complex topic, with many possible interpretations, more indications are possible. I do hope you'll take some time to consider how these clues relate to your relationship with your higher self, though. So, give yourself additional time for contemplation and self-examination. Simply said, these times are extraordinary opportunities to become closer to your higher self. I pray that you find value in this material and that it illuminates your path. I appreciate you coming along on this adventure with me.